Welcome to the MindShift Movement Podcast, hosted by Alan Johnson. On this podcast, Alan will be sharing with you empowering, effective, and actionable knowledge within the fitness and mindset space to help you, the listener, become the very best version of you physically, mentally, and emotionally. Now, get ready to dive into today's episode.
So on today's podcast and Facebook Live, I'm going to be going through practice makes progress. So a lot of people are aiming for perfection, and that's not a great way to be. And I'll explain within this video, I'll explain why we don't want to be that way. So it's kind of really relevant at this time of year because it's going to help a lot of you stay focused and stay on track towards your goals, lifestyle goals, health goals, fitness goals, relationship goals, business goals, whatever goals you have. Now, have you aimed for perfection before? So up until today, this moment, have you ever aimed for perfection in the past? Now, I work with a lot of clients, and a lot of the clients that first come to me, you know, some of them can be in really good shape already. And you can see, and just the way they speak about themselves, that they're really not happy with where they are. And it's simply down to the fact where they are looking for that perfect body. And the thing is social media don't help, because obviously you've got people on social media posting how perfect their bodies are, how perfect their life is, whatever else. And in reality, it's not that way. And also in reality, they're normally using a shitload of filters to make themselves look better. So when you've got someone looking in the mirror in the morning or whatever, looking at their body and thinking and comparing themselves to those on social media, thinking, I don't look as good as them, of course, they're not going to feel that great about themselves. So, you know, have you ever started something new and thought to yourself, I'm no good at this? What's the point? Because we've all been there. And when you're starting something brand new, of course you're not going to be good at it. But with practice, with time, with consistent effort, you are going to improve. So maybe you might not ever be perfect at something. But the reality is if you keep trying and you keep practicing, then you are going to make progress. And progress leads to happiness, because you're going to start feeling fulfilled. You're going to feel better because you're improving your skills and improving your lifestyle. And that's what you want to be aiming for. And going back to some of the people on social media that portray that their life is perfect, everything goes smoothly, it can make others feel not as good about themselves physically, mentally, emotionally. And just make themselves feel a little bit rubbish. When in reality, those same people can actually be the insecure ones, because they're actually looking for external validation from people on social media to make themselves feel better about themselves. So at the very beginning of any new journey that we start on, we're always going to have to go through the learning and habit building process, which takes a lot of time. It takes effort and real hard work, guys. And this is why many people quit the changes that they're trying to make within their life. Especially a lot of people set New Year's resolutions. And I see somewhere there was a study that most people would have quit on their New Year's resolutions by the 12th of January, which is crazy. Like 12 days into a brand new year, most people have already quit on what they set out to do in 2020. If you've set goals for yourself this year, let me know, leave a comment or drop me an email if you want to. It'd be good to chat about what your goals are for this year. And, you know, over time, of being consistent and making a progress, we can actually look back and see how far we've come and how far we've actually developed as a person in the pursuit of our goals. So what are you trying to improve within your life this year? What goals have you got? How specific are they? Are they pretty balanced across different areas of your life? So I'm going to give a few different examples of how you can simplify the process. Okay, so maybe you're someone that wants to lose a bit of weight this year. Maybe you want to lose a little bit of body fat. So why not start with some small actions that you can be consistent with? So, such as, okay, what about increasing your daily steps by 20 to 30%? So the first thing you can do is find out how many daily steps you're doing. So get yourself like a Fitbit, use your phone, whatever. There's normally like a step counter on most smartphones these days. And if you're currently doing like, just say 7,000 a day, then 20% of that would be an extra 1,400 steps, I think. Maybe if you're doing 10,000 a day, then maybe add in an extra 2,000 would be your 20% there as well. That's some real quick maths, so hopefully that's right. And that will help you burn more calories, potentially burn more fat, depending on what your diet is like as well. But getting in 20 to 30% more steps every single day will ultimately help you burn more calories. Making sure that you're drinking at least 2 to 3 litres of water a day. So if you're someone that's drinking 0 at the moment, then maybe just aiming for 1 or 2 litres. If you're someone that's having 2 litres a day, 1.5 litres a day, then yeah, push yourself to that extra litre and a half. And also just cutting back on, the snacks like chocolate and crisps. If you can be consistent with those 3 small actions, then over time you are going to start feeling better, and you will start to feel and see some results as well. So maybe you want to start feeding your mind in a more positive way. So again, just creating actions that you can be consistent with. So maybe you could just start listening for like 20 minutes to a podcast or an uplifting audiobook. Maybe you could start reading 5 pages of a good book every single evening. So I personally read 5 to 10 pages each evening, depending on how tired I am. But I'll always have a little read before bed, because that's where I find the best time within my day to do that. Things might be a little bit different for you, maybe on your lunch break at work, maybe first thing in the morning. So it's just finding what best suits you. With the audios as well, I choose to listen to audios and podcasts in the gym during my workouts now. I used to always listen to music, but I find that listening to podcasts I'm feeding my mind as well as working on my physical body whilst I'm in the gym. Maybe you want to grow a new business in 2020. So maybe you could start by creating a Facebook page with sharing some content on there. And then you could get into the habit of inviting just 5 people per day to go and like your new page. You could start contacting friends and family about your new business as well and share your ideas. So there's just a couple of little actions that you could take to start potentially growing a brand new business in 2020. Of course, there's a lot more stuff that you can be doing to lose weight, to feed your mind, to start a new business, but they're just some real simple and effective steps that you can start with today. Okay, they don't take hours, they can just take minutes. And whenever you fall off the wagon, guys, that's absolutely fine. As long as you remain strong and you jump back on the wagon again and go again. So many people, set out to achieve different things. They want to improve their life, but as soon as that first hurdle comes, as soon as they have a little failure, they just want to give up. And that's not the best thing to do. We all fail. I've failed probably a few times already this year, and we're only like a couple of weeks in. So failure is absolutely fine, but you have to realign yourself, refocus, and get back on track again. So aiming for progress rather than perfection, and you'll be absolutely fine. Perfection leads to misery, and progress will lead you to happiness. So that is it from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode and Facebook Live. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the MindShift Movement Podcast. If you'd like to support the show, please subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or Google Play. Share this episode with someone you feel would benefit from the content. And please leave a 5-star review wherever you download your podcasts. You can also contact Alan at ajfitmindcoaching@gmail.com or on Facebook at AJ Fitness and Mindset Coaching and on Instagram at Alan_Johnson_coaching. We'll catch you on the next episode.